Hi, I'm Anita from Crafts by Anita, and welcome to episode 45 of Yarn with Me. If you could be so kind to like, share, subscribe, and join the Discord, the link to that is in the description below. And if you would like to purchase some handmade knit or crochet items from me, you can visit my shop at craftsbyanita.com. Anyway, thought I'd just stop with the temperature blanket and do something else for a little bit. I haven't worked on this guy in a while, so I'm going to bring back this lovely little project. And when I was pulling it out of the box that's under my desk, I had 2 stitch markers stuck in there and I forgot to take them out. So I'm going to take this one and I'm going to put it right here, maybe, just to show how far we get. There we go. Now it's attached. Nice yellow color so I can see what I'm doing and see how far it's gone. I had to go back to my old video and figure out what hook was I using. 'Tis the 6mm J hook. So yay! I don't know how long this is. Just put it to the floor. Yeah, I think it might be as tall as me. I'm not sure. Let me pause and stand up and check it. Yeah, it's about a couple inches shorter than I am, so I'm not going to be in any danger of going over finishing this strip before I attach it to the other ones that are, well, you can kind of see it's like right there under this table. So I'll be attaching it to that. Right now I'm going to set my timer. Timer. 30 minutes. And away we go. Yeah, I don't have too many projects that I can work on that doesn't require me staring at a chart or concentrating on a pattern. So I'm going to quickly count. Dang it. Still not in the right position. There we go. I think, yep. Maybe. Okay. I just wanted to double check to make sure I actually had my 13 stitches across. And when I'm done with this session, I will probably grab the blanket that's under the desk and start stitching it up. That way I don't go too far, which I don't think I'm in danger of doing that, making it longer than what the other 3 strips are. So I just want to get a good portion of this done, and we'll see how far we get by the time this episode is over with. So I started working on putting up a different shop just to test the waters. It's not ready yet. I have not added any products to it, which I will do here soon. I also have a tutorial coming out on Friday, and I'm trying to finish up the pattern. And I need pictures of some specific, like, finishing technique, and I have to completely shoot those myself. I was trying to take, gonna take screenshots from the video to do it, but they just weren't good enough, so I have to sit and do that later on. Which that ought to be that ought to be fun. I have to make use of the timer on my camera on my phone. That way I can like set it and then get into position and then take the photo. Which I discussed in the vlog, the last vlog, that my phone does not have an audio jack on it, so it's like, huh. And I wanted to try to test out, can I use my earbuds to take pictures so I don't have to like sit there and press press the button, I guess. Like, it's not really a button, but press the screen, and which would make it jiggle and might give you a blurry image. So that's not what I want. I need to be able to take actual photos that are in focus. So the struggle is real. My life is a struggle. It's just like all these projects, I just want them done. And I'm working on another pattern that's gonna take at least another month or so before it's ready. I don't have testers because, well, one, I don't know how to get testers, and two, I don't want to torture them with my stuff. I want it to be ready and easily understandable. And everybody crochets differently, and it's like, I've been reading patterns for over 30 years. I'm used to how patterns were written back in the day on the back of ball bands, or the little free leaflets you would find in the yarn sections of stores like Joann's, Michael's, stuff like that. So I try to write my patterns like how I'm used to reading them, so that they're not totally confusing. And I also do a video tutorial to go along with it that gets linked into the pattern. So I'm at that point. I need to take photos of this specific thing, and I have to like be able to get that done tonight so I can get the pattern ready to go before Friday. Which those photos will also go with a second tutorial, because it's basically the same thing. They're just two different projects, kind of made the same. One's longer than the other. So that's how that's going to go, and that other one will come out next week. So I just need to get that done and finished and uploaded, which the pattern should be available before the video comes out. And I'll make a post when that is ready. If I can just get the yarn. Yeah, at least I can't split the yarn. There's no way to split this yarn. But it can be a little fussy. I'm basically using a smaller hook than what the ball band would want you to use, because it's a winter blanket. I'd rather not have holes. That way I can stay warm and air doesn't really blow through the blanket. That's why I have to make a backing for it. Because I've made blankets before and it's like, this isn't really warm enough. So I would either like knit or crochet something to put on the back, but it still does the same thing. So that's why I'm doing this. That way it'll be a little weightier, so it'll be kind of like a weighted blanket, along with being a toasty blanket, because winters in Colorado gets cold. And that's why I'm doing this. I really want this done before this coming winter. It's like July. It's like middle of being like stupid hot. I think it's like 80 something degrees today. Yeah, currently my phone says 84, but I'm pretty sure when I click into it, it'll say something else. It says 82. But that doesn't mean anything. The temperature could probably go up. It's kind of cloudy. That's why I have to have my light on, because the lighting outside's a little uneven. And I closed my blinds a little bit. Oh, there goes the box. Just so it's not as uneven as it was earlier. Darn it. Can I chain one, please? Thank you. Yeah, we're... Let's see how far we've gotten so far. In, like, what? Not even 10 minutes? Yeah, there's still quite a lot on this ball of yarn down here. I probably will not run out of it by the time this episode is over. So, it's been a busy day. Been a busy week. And it's going to get busier. Because they are restructuring things at my job. So my hallways are going to change. Not immediately, but pretty soon. I don't know if they're going to be done by the end of July or not. I have to find out. Of course, I don't think they even know. Counting. Maybe. Yeah, we're still good. I had issues with drop stitches on my temperature blanket because I was, I guess, not paying attention to what I was doing, and tried to end a day on June before I got the low temperature on it. So I had to fix that this morning. And then I marked off saying, oh yeah, I was done with June 14th or 13th or whatever. No, I wasn't. So I had to finish that. Got the 2 weeks in, the first 2 weeks of June attached for the crochet one. My May strip is still over there awaiting to be attached, but I'm not going to do that until I get June done. And right now I'm just going to ignore July. I'll just write the temperatures down, and once I get June done, I can actually concentrate on July and not mess things up. Because I did that too. I put a July temperature thing onto the June temperature blanket. So I had to fix that, and I did that last weekend, and I'm just like, why did I do that to myself? But I caught it. It's fixed. All my mistakes I made last night, I fixed them. They're good to go. Everything's good, except for my prototype bag over there. It's taking a little more work than I thought it was going to. But it's coming along. It's almost done. I got at least another day or so on it. I don't know if I want to finish working on it tonight or not. I've got other things I need to do. I've already done my laundry today. I do need to do my dishes and clean my kitchen. At some point this week I've got to do the bathroom. Don't know when that will be, because I'm a housekeeper. I clean 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. 40 hours a week. And last thing I'm going to do when I get home, more cleaning. But it needs to get done. I haven't had a chance to do it. I've been trying to get all this other stuff taken care of. Don't need any wrist issues right now, thank you. That's why I'm working towards the break, because I have to make a phone call. Because somebody was supposed to call me today, and they have not. I'm just tired of playing phone tag. If you don't want to work with me, then just say something. That way I can find someone else. But I don't like being tossed aside. It's like, how do you expect to make a commission or keep clients if you ignore your clients? Because if I had clients, I definitely would not be ignoring them. Sometimes with the darker part of this blue yarn, it's hard to see the stitch. But we persist and we keep on going. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm excited to try this new shopping thing to see how that can go. Because right now I'm not having a great time with Shopify. I've not made any sales, so I'm hoping this will be better. At least set up a couple of items in the shop to see how it goes. Might have to do that later. I got so many things to do later. I gotta take those photos first and finish the pattern. And get that all done so I don't have to worry about it, so I can concentrate on next week's tutorial pattern and get that done. Because then I have to do it again for a different pattern. Thirsty. I should have grabbed my water. Had to make sure it wasn't going to fall off the edge of my desk. At least they're not working outside right now. They were using like, okay, they were using, I don't know what they were doing out there, but it was like super loud. And it sounded like a power washer, but I never caught a glimpse of it. Just that they started this morning when I was trying to shoot part of my vlog today, and it was running, so I'm just like, and then they took a little break, so I was like, okay, maybe I can get this going, and then they started up again, so I'm just like, oh, come on. That's why I need to move somewhere else. They don't tell us anything, like what they're doing on certain days or whatever. This box. To adjust. I had to adjust my feet. Or switch legs or whatever. That way I can keep working. Come on. Why you gotta do this to me, yarn? Yeah, because this is the last ball from that blanket that I took apart. And I just have the 2 skeins in my room. So, darn it. I know I can buy the yarn at Walmart. Which is probably probably what I'm gonna do when I run out. I don't want to buy yarn right now. Like I said, want to move. And it's like, and I know I'm gonna run out of this black yarn for my temperature blankets. That's a given. Which is fine. Because I underestimated how much black yarn it would have taken. I bought 6 skeins of yarn. Bought a 6-pack. Like, oh, that'll be enough. It really wasn't. I should have bought 2. And then I would have had a lot of black yarn left over, which is fine. because my kids are obsessed with black yarn. Anytime I was like, oh, can you make me this? I was like, sure, what color do you want? Black. I'm like, why? I made my daughter a bandana with my own design, and she's like, I asked her, I was like, well, what color do you want? I've got all these colors. She's like, black. And I'm like, I've got all these other colors. Why do you want black? I thought she would at least go for the hot pink. Nope. She went for the black yarn. I'm just like, aw, come on. I miss Big Twist cotton. So soft. Softer. It was softer than in Lily's Sugar and Cream or Peaches and Cream. But I'm not sure who's going to be selling it. There's only a couple of things that I've seen that aren't available yet until, like, I guess August or sometime this fall. I just would rather have my Big Twist cotton. It comes in a bigger skein. The skeins are bigger. And it was cheaper for more yarn than it is for like Sugar and Cream or Peaches and Cream yarn. Which, I mean, I'll still buy those. There's no big deal. That's a given. But not anytime soon. I've got so much of this stuff over here. And I just want to sell some of this stuff that I've made so I can make more stuff. Because I don't want to, like, sell it all and then, oh god, I'd have no inventory. I mean, I've made a couple of things. The stuff that I'm making for my tutorials, those are going to go in the shop. But I do need to, because I have 3 weeks worth of tutorials. I got this week, and then I have to edit the video and the pattern for next week, and the same thing with the week after that. Which I want to try to keep doing those on Fridays, but I have other things I have to take care of, like I said, and broken record, moving. So any like videos or whatever, once I like get out of here, it'll probably be a minute before I get back to it. I really wanted that first place I looked at. Really wanted it, but loan officer was no. HOA fee is too high. I'm like, why does that have to do with anything? I don't get it. Okay. That's intermittent count. Like every 10 minutes I like to count my stitches to make sure I didn't lose any anywhere. We got 8 minutes left in our first half of our session. So hopefully you guys are doing well. I'd like to say hi. Hi. To all my 72 subscribers, I really appreciate you taking that time to click that little button. And if you haven't already, it's free. So we're just gonna continue working on this for the entire episode. Because I need to go through, it's like I have ignored the double knit blanket. I got 10 rows of block 7 done. And then it's just like I need to get all this other stuff done. Get it caught up, but it's just taking a hot minute to get caught up because the little prototype bag over there, I see it in my head. All right, let me make it. And then I had all these other issues with it, which won't be a thing by the time I actually get a proper bag made after this prototype is done. Learn from my mistakes, figure out what I could do better. and do it. Because the designers, oh, here's a finished thing, blah, blah, blah. But they won't show you any of the issues that they had when they were designing it to begin with. I have yet to see one designer go through making up their own pattern and then sharing what issues they had getting it from here to paper to here. Oh, great. Somebody's mowing. Awesome. Yeah, I don't see how they can be mowing anything. There's no grass. Everything's like dirt or rock around here, so I don't know what they're mowing. Because the only other thing outside is a golf course, and they usually do that. Not at this time, though. You're supposed to get some rain or something. The clouds are coming in. I don't know when, though. Kind of thundered earlier, but it didn't do anything. It's supposed to be in the 90s tomorrow, which, of course, first day back to work after my 2 days off. Let's be hot outside. Oh, come on. Why you guys gotta do this to me? That's why I want to move somewhere there's not all this nonsense. Ah, why I dropped my stitch. There we go. Got it back. Okay, come on, turn. I don't feel like I'm making a dent into that ball that's still in there. And it's getting hot in here, so I can't wait for my break in about 4 minutes. Turn the AC on, grab my water, make a phone call, and get this over with. Well, not this over with. Get that phone call over with. Been super frustrating. Because they're supposed to work for me, not the other way around. Take a break, give my hand a reset as well. Because this isn't the only thing I worked on today. Basically, it was just like the temperature blanket and the my prototype bag. Which I do need to finish that bag. It's going to take a minute though. And some extra steps I didn't realize I was going to need. Oh, I can't wait to not have all this temperature blanket yarn up on my desk. The only reason I'm keeping it out because I need to finish June. And I think I'm almost at the point where I'm going to end up using... What day was the last purple supposed to be used on? Okay, so I got 1, 2, 3. I got 3 blocks to make, and then the 4th one will have purple in it. And so far, there's not been any purple for July. So it's safe to say I could put my poor purple skein into the bag over there, and it can sit and wait until it's needed again. And I'm pretty sure I will have to open or used the second skein of purple, because who knew that temperatures in the 40s were mostly the main temperatures I would get. Because it's like, I swear, I felt like purple for the low. Like a couple of days in a row for that. And I'm just like, oh my god, I'm sick of working with this purple. Can I have another color, please? And now, going through July and June or whatever, it's been basically like varsity yellow and diva pink every time I turn around. And it's like, there are more temperatures than that, but apparently Colorado can't have those temperatures. Yeah, are they mowing? I don't think it's at the golf course. It sounds too close to be at the golf course. Yay, 45 seconds to break. Woohoo! Yeah, I think, oh, good grief. I was hoping I could go and do another row, which I think I still can. Let's try it. The timer will probably run out before I get to the end of the row. Not even gonna try play beat the clock. It's not gonna work. Nope, I got maybe halfway. Okay. Dismiss. Let me finish this, and then I will take the break, and you will take your break. Because you have to take breaks. You can't be on 24/7. No matter how much you want to be, you gotta get up, refuel, refresh, and reset your mind and your hands. So there we are. We got this far in our first 30 minutes. So I'm hoping maybe we can get that same distance in our next 30 minutes. So go ahead and take your break. I'm telling you, take a break. And I'm back, and I'm hoping to get this session, last half of the session, before we start getting storms. It's kind of hard. I've got two different weather apps. Oops, I did not want to open it. Thank you. Got one open already. And both of them are showing like storms to the west of me, moving east. So we're gonna come back and get this, or at least attempt it. Get it turned. Oh, it's so long. Get this fixed first before I try and press play. Guy with the mower is still out there. Thought about putting another stitch marker in, but I'm like, yeah, no. So hopefully you had a good break. I decided to wait until after I get this second section over to start making phone calls. Because this is ridiculous. Am I hearing thunder already? Hard to tell. Hard to tell with the traffic noise. Lots of traffic noise. Of course, it is almost 3 o'clock. Darn it. What is this nonsense? I'm not clicking on that. Thank you. People like to send me messages that are... No, I'm not. If it's blank, I'm not clicking on it. Sorry. I have better things to do with my time than get scammed. So, just gonna continue working on this blanket. Yeah, I don't think one ball of Renee blanket does a whole strip. Dang it, seriously? I don't even know. Hopefully it'll end up on the end and I'm not have to worry about it. And it will, so. Yeah, one ball of Brene blanket will not make one strip. That's why I buy 2 at a time. And when I use both of those up, that's when I go and get another 2. Rinse, lather, repeat until done. I just wish that stuff I bought, the big old huge frickin' blanket thing, wasn't larger than what this is. Otherwise, I would have used those up. What's going on with this thing? Oh my goodness. I mean, yeah, there's some grass over there, but I don't know where this is coming from. Oh, thank God. Maybe they stopped for the day. Because that's just nuts. And it's loud, and I kind of like having my window open to, like, let some air in. Albeit, though, the breeze does not really blow through the window. At least the ceiling fan will help circulate the air when I have the air conditioning on, and it'll cycle out of my window. I think I am hearing thunder. Yeah. Can we stay away at least till I'm done? I did start my timer, right? Why did it close? Oh. Maybe I wasn't in it. Maybe that's why. Yeah. Because usually with my timer, it just goes dim. It doesn't completely close out the display on my phone. So hopefully we can get this in before that starts out there. If not, I'm going to have to pause. Fun. Because allegedly these heavy thunderstorms are supposed to start around 3, and that's like 10 minutes from now. So we'll see. Things have a tendency to split and not be where they say it's going to be. I don't know. The weather this year has been just strange. Think you're going to get a thunderstorm, and then it splits and you get bypassed. It'll go north and south, and you get in the middle with nothing. Happens a lot. Just hope it's not going to put a damper on stuff I need to do tonight, because I have got to get that pattern done. And have it ready to go. Darn it. Can you not, sir? Yeah, because I had a DSLR a long time ago, and I bought a remote for it, which would make it easier than me holding it and trying to press the physical button. I really need to get another one of those. Maybe not a Nikon, but something that's easily accessible, that has a detachable lens. I don't need anything fancy. It's not like I'm shooting 4K video. Not making movies over here. I'm just doing YouTube. Maybe when I move, I can actually get into a better situation where I can actually have space to, like, spread out and do this stuff. I don't like being jammed up into my desk. Yeah, because I do want a different desk. The L shape was fine unless there's a spot where I don't feel like I'm in a cubicle, then I'll keep it. But if there's no good place to put it where I need it, I'm gonna replace it with a longer desk. That way I can have my printer and stuff on top and not on the bottom. That's why my printer is living over on my couch. So I can just plug it in and get on with it if I need to print something. Yeah, and the shop I've opened on this other thing has the ability to do live selling, like live stream selling. So I may at one point want to try that. Right now I just need a storefront first with some items on there, and it's going to take a minute to do stuff. I wonder how I could do that. I don't know. Because I have to print the shipping labels from my little printer over here. Yeah, this is not an ideal situation. Not situation, but an ideal setup to do this. Because there's no room. It's like all my product is living in my bedroom right now. Because it used to live out here, and I'm like, I need the space, so I moved it to the bedroom. And I just need it out. I need it gone. That's why I'm going to test this other place out first. Put a couple of items up, and then see how that works. Yay, sirens! Ooh, fire truck. Can't tell if it's coming this direction or if it's moving away. No, I think it's coming this way. So it's gonna get loud. If only I could just, like, be independently wealthy and live out in the middle of nowhere where I don't have to hear all this racket. I like quiet. This is not quiet. This is like a dozen times a day over here. Oh, the thunder's ramping up. Can you hold off just at least for the next 20 minutes, please? Because if I have to pause this, I might as well just go over there and do the photos I need. And have those on my phone and email them to myself so I can download them onto the computer. Because I really don't want to sit there and try to transfer them. Because that's a whole other step I really don't want to deal with today. I've had enough extra steps today. Ball's getting smaller. Might have to, after this, fish out one of the other, my actual skein of the blanket yarn. I'd like to use the other one, but I don't think it'll work. Because I keep sitting there thinking, I was like, what can I do with 2 cakes of that, that other yarn? I don't know if it's the same gauge. I'd have to check the labels, because if I can use that up, I will do it. I mean, what harm would it be to attach it and then try it, and if it doesn't work, just frog it back. No harm, no foul. It'll waste maybe 30 minutes of my time. But the thing is that it's a different kind of, it is blanket yarn, but it's made differently. So like I said, I don't know how well it would work. I'd have to just sit and weigh my options first before testing it, because I don't know if I'll get the same gauge with it as I do this stuff. Still have a pair of socks over there I haven't worked on. Oops. It's got the other stuff. It's just taking up too much space. Oh, come on. Really? Let me just start that stitch over. It was not working. This still doesn't want to work. Oh my goodness. How many times am I going to have to do the same stitch? 4th time's a charm. Have to count the next row, make sure we still got our 13 stitches going. There goes the thunder again. Okay, turn and count silently, just in case you're counting. Okay, we do. Alright. We're still got our correct stitch count and stuff. And with less than 15 minutes to go. I keep checking the clouds outside. Making sure they don't get any darker than what they are right now. That's why the lighting is so weird. It was not like this 2 hours ago. I'm like sitting there working on my prototype bag. It's with a dark purple yarn. And I'm like, I'm sitting there, I'm crocheting, and then all of a sudden the light changes, and I'm like going, of course you would do that when I'm working with dark yarn. I was expecting it to come back, the sunlight to come back, and it never did. So that's fun. Oh goody, they're weed whacking now. Awesome. Or are they mowing? Nope, I think it's the lawnmower again. The joys of doing YouTube in a noisy environment. Hopefully you're able to tune it out. I'm trying to. Wish I could remember when I actually started that double knit blanket. think it might have been 2021, I think. Or towards the end of 2020. I cannot remember. It might be 2021. There's no way this blanket has taken 5 years. So it's 4, yes. I can believe it's taken 4. My 10-stitch blanket over here has taken at least over 1. I have so far projects for myself. I need to adjust my completed projects to not include things that were going into my shop, because if I included everything that went into my shop, I would have already had well over 100 finished items for 2025. But those ones aren't for me. Those are to sell. I should only be tracking the ones I make for either myself or my kids. Or things that I need for here. I do need to make a set of flippin' coasters. I just need to settle on a pattern first. Which I have not decided. But I also haven't had the time to actually do it. Darn it. Can you not? It's like always right towards the beginning I have issues trying to hook the yarn. I don't know why. It wants to be fussy. Hopefully we will get this in before it starts to rain. Or do anything other than thundering. It starts lightning outside, then I'm definitely pausing and shutting the computer off. I'm not about to lose a computer to a lightning strike again. Is that another knot? Oh, good grief. I don't know what the front and back is. Guess I'll find out when I'm stitching it together. Shoot. I didn't put these knots in here. They were here already. Here. I'm gonna crochet over it. I don't know. Hide this end. And then count my next row. Make sure I haven't missed a stitch somewhere. Just trying to get through this row here. Okay, I'm gonna count again, just to make sure. We're good. And we go on. Just checking the size of my yarn ball. I just hope that I haven't reached, what do you call it? The strip length. Because then I'd have to frog back, which, whatever. I don't think I did, because I think that blanket's really long. It spans from the top of the bed all the way, the length of the bed, and all the way down to the floor. And I'm only 5'2", and I think that ends up being somewhere around 7 feet, I think. Because I like having a longer overhang. That way, it's not easy for me to like shift the blanket off the bed when I'm sleeping. Because I've done that with my smaller blankets. The ones that aren't really wide enough and aren't really long enough. I'd rather have more blanket than not enough blanket. That way I can wrap myself in it. I like having them long so I can like make myself my foot pocket. Put the blanket underneath my feet so my feet stay warm, because if my feet are cold, the rest of me is cold. I don't like cold. I don't like my feet being cold. It's like the worst. Can you not? Alright. So hopefully you're enjoying your day. I decided I didn't make my phone call during my break. I'm gonna, because all the racket that was outside, and I didn't really want to shut my window again like I had to earlier. Trying to take care of my car insurance payment. Because their website wasn't working, and it hasn't been working for the last few days. The place I go through, I called them, paid it. They didn't know what was going on. I don't know what's going on. It's not raining yet, I don't think. Thought I heard raindrops. I might have been just hearing something else. Oh, stop with the mowing. Really wish they would get done with the construction down the street. That's just... all they're doing is tearing up the curbs and maybe part of a sidewalk all the way down the street practically. And then they'd move the cones further down, and it's now... the cone zone is now past where I turn off to go to work. It's like, if you guys are going to do that, can you fix the potholes while you're at it? Because that's just ridiculous. It's like they're like right where your tires are. You can't avoid them without going into the other lane or into the turn lane if the turn lane exists. It's ridiculous. Oh, poo. Get through this row, and I need to hydrate. Because I did fill my water bottle up. And I have not. Before restarting the video, I haven't drank out of it since. It's just like I need to start drinking more water, and I can't if I'm actually not drinking water. Okay. Water. Ooh, that's cold. Which is fine. I wonder if Gumroad has a released, can set a date to go live on, have product go live. I'd have to look. So I'm sitting there thinking I'm going to get that pattern done today and then already upload it, but I'm wondering if it can be scheduled to be released at a certain time on a certain day. Oh. Okay, anyway. A kingdom for quiet. And I can't do this at night because, well, I like to sleep and I like my evenings to not be involving making videos. If I can help it. Because I need my wind down time before I go to bed. Still trying to figure out what I'm making for dinner tonight. I don't know. Do I want to cook? Probably. Oh, we got 2 minutes left. Yay! Can we get this in before the weather unleashes? If it's going to unleash. Because right now, all I hear is thunder and not much of anything else. We can get a few more rows done before our timer runs out. Really haven't, well, no. Well, no, aside from the 10 stitch blankets, I really haven't done any other knitting projects. Well, other than the double knit, and that's me staring at charts and would be no fun because that requires concentration to make sure you don't miss a color change or accidentally skip a section, because then you're frogging back stitch by stitch, and which is no fun in double knit. Hmm, 26 seconds. I think I'll probably finish this row. Yeah, I'll just finish this row. I don't want to do another one right now. Chain one. And our timer is going to run out, so I'm just going to delete this timer because there is no point, because we're done. And there was only a few seconds left, so where's my stitch marker? Here's a stitch marker, and this is all I got done. It's at least maybe 2 feet, 2.5 feet, something like that on this project. My yarn ball. Woo! It's small now. Yes, I will have to fish out my other skeins of Brene blanket and get them out and ready to go. Going to get this attached to the rest of it before I even consider going any further. And that's the end of this session. Hopefully you made quite a good progress on your project. I made a lot of progress on this one. I just want it done, but it's going to be a while before it's done. Anyway, let me know what you worked on in this session, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye for now.